Good morning and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj and today I will be giving you the main card for UFC Vegas 17, the last event of the year. Happy holidays, by the way. If you have a chance, please check out the prelim videos I did early prelims. One of those fights got squashed. I did prelims, and then I did a early main and the headliner of the prelims, kind of. So check those out. If you're new to my show, what I do is I take my favorite sports UFC handicappers, in this case UFC, off of YouTube, and I put their predictions side by side to help you figure out who to take in betting and gambling. I also, after I put down predictions of the handicappers, I make my own lean prediction, if you will. You can fade or tail me, it doesn't matter. I really don't care. This is all for free. I'm not charging anything. I don't have a Patreon. All I ask is to give me that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get on with this. We have at women's flyweight, Gillian the Savage Robertson taking on Taila Santos. Gillian Robertson, she's coming off that win over Poliana Botelho, unanimous decision. She's a Canadian, but she's training out of American Top Team, Coconut Creek, Florida. You know all about American Top Team. She here is apparently the favorite at minus 115. This is a close fight. And she's taking on Taila Santos she's 16-1, Taila Santos. And she's the underdog at minus 105. So like I said, this is pretty much a pick'em on this fight. This whole card is very close. I think the furthest, that Nchukwi fight, he's the biggest favorite at minus 290, I do believe. There was that earlier. There was the Rick Glenn was, but now that's off the card. So yeah, it'd be Tafan Nchukwi over Jamie Pickett. I think he's a minus 290. So that's saying something when that is the biggest favorite on the card. Okay. So anyway, back to this. Sorry to go off topic. I do that sometimes. Taila Santos, 16-1. She has none of the cappers really said this, but in Tapology I noticed Taila Santos has a 5-inch reach advantage over Gillian Robertson. Her last fight was a win over Molly McCann by unanimous decision. She's fighting out of Brazil, the Astra fight team, filled with a whole bunch of Brazilian fighters and Darren Till. Because as you guys may know, when Darren Till was a boy, like 9 or 10 years old, his family moved him off the rough streets of England down to Brazil, I guess, something like that. So he grew up in Brazil, and that's where he trains, Astra Fight Team in Brazil. So, back to this. Let's see, taking Gillian Robertson. All these links to these cappers will be in the description. I got a whole new flock. I haven't used any of these in the previous videos. And like I said, when I do the main co-main event, it'll have all the cappers that I used in all the Vegas 17 events. Prelims, early prelims, select fights, and this card. Every capper that I've used will come to a big old party at the end for the main and co-main events. Okay? So, anyway, we've got with the Money Right Fight Club. Definitely got to get these boys in. They're both kind of unsure right now, but they're favoring Gillian Robertson, because they are kind of biased for her. Smack God and Gabe the Banker, Gabe Gillian, are both taking Robertson. From what I gathered, they got like 4 shows, which two of them they don't even. One of them, Gabe and or was Smack in the Bank or something like that. I don't. They just talk about not UFC, but they talk. I don't know. They just discuss crap. It's all right. It's entertaining, but I just don't have time for all that. However, their prediction show, Vegas 17 prediction show, is awesome, and they have Vegas or DraftKings show, prop show, like who to pick on DraftKings, where they discuss the fights, break them down a little bit further. This week on that show, they had a guy named Big Marcel. He's like from Finland or the Netherlands or some weird thing. I just watched it this morning. That's why it's fresh in my mind. But anyway, yeah, I'm big fans of Money Right Fight Club, even though Gabe Gillian's got this big argument with Manpreet Lock of the Night about stealing prop bet show ideas or whatever. It's all handicapper stuff. So who cares? Just make your picks. Anyway, Gabe and Smack are leaning Gillian Robertson, the Savage, in this fight. Let's see, MMA Play 365. He's definitely from the UK. Well, he's got the accent anyway. His name is Newsom, and he's on the side of Gillian Robertson. Justin Jr. He's been on the show plenty of times. Justin Jr. had interview with Mario Yamasaki. Well, not an interview. I'm sorry. He had a Justin Jr. Kudos to you. He had Mario Yamasaki on his show discussing predictions, and he only predicted the main and co-main event because respectfully, Justin Jr. didn't want to take his time or make him look, unprepared with the prelim and the other fights because he's unsure if he follows as much as Justin does. Justin, he's an avid fan of MMA, where Mario Yamasaki is a former referee that won't ref in the UFC anymore, but he's also a chef, I think I read. Yeah, Mario Yamasaki, he's a cool dude. He's Japanese, Brazilian. He lives in Brazil, and I think he's got some sort of like a restaurant business or something. But he's like a chef too. Maybe he's got a whole nother. He doesn't have to rely on, but he wants to thank the UFC for giving him a free run of the tour. Every time the UFC traveled, he was there. It's good. Check out Justin Jr.'s show with Mario, his prediction show with Mario Yamasaki from the former referee. He's refereed for 20 years in the UFC, but I guess I saw some. I didn't watch the videos, but there's other clickbait titles that say why Dana White won't let Yamasaki ever ref in the UFC, articles and stuff. I think because he lets the fight go too far, and fighters get hurt because Yamasaki should stop it, but he doesn't, and they end up taking permanent damage so that's for those reasons. Mario Yamasaki isn't gonna be a ref in the UFC anymore. Still, cool dude. Justin Jr. is saying Robertson by decision. That's fair play. Female fight. A lot of men that way. By the way, if it doesn't go to decision, the under 2.5 rounds is a better payout at plus 135. That is the best value on this fight, unless you specifically pick the method of victory or the round or whatnot. But the under 2.5 rounds is at 135. Okay. UFC Gambling Addicts. That's Leighton, you the man, and I'm the man. I did it this morning. Leighton has during his prediction show, he has a smoke break, and he gives some very inspirational advice during his smoke break, which is, I love it. I love it every time. I thoroughly enjoy the smoke breaks. One of my favorite parts of watching UFC Gambling Addicts Leighton. And he says to look in the mirror. I got a mirror over here. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, "You're the man." And he says, even if you don't believe it, if you keep saying this for 6 months, 6 months later, your confidence boost will be soaring. And I'm totally buying into that. I was kind of doing the "you're the man" thing before he even said that, but yeah, I'm totally with you, Leighton. I'm a big fan of yours. He's saying submission round 2. Look at that. And he's the man. Leighton, you're the man. And I'm the man. We're the man. We're the men. Regardless. Okay, and to wrap this up, we have Just Bleed MMA. He's not going to bet this fight. He's going to pass on betting because it's so close. But he's leaning Gillian Robertson to win. So this would be no, it's not a full capper consensus because I took in more cappers. This is the last show before the Co and Maine, so I wanted to fit in, other cappers that I didn't get in the other shows. So yeah, and the other 2 cappers happen to take Taila Santos. We've got MMA prediction guru. He is saying by decision. And then we've got the community MMA. That's Chris Cross. And he is also saying by decision. Okay. So there you go. There's the cappers I got for you. I wrote those guys big because they're the only 2 that are messing up the whole capper consensus on Gillian Robertson. Now, I've heard a lot of cappers talk about this fight, and a lot of them are still up in the air. They don't know. I know Clint from Die Hard MMA Podcast. I'm not using him on this show, but he's a big simp for Gillian Robertson. Loves Gillian Robertson. Always has. He's got a thing for pink hair. He said redheads, but she's got pink hair. Anyway, I'm gonna have to take the sauced up, the juiced up Taila Santos. She's on that Portuguese sauce. That's what the Funny Right Fight Club says. She's on sauce. And yeah, she's a beast. Plus she's 16-1. I don't, it's just, I know the quality of, because Gillian Robertson's been in the UFC much longer. Santos is more of those 16 wins are all regional and, whatever lower promotions. They're not UFC wins. But I think she's coming off, she beat up Molly McCann, right? And Molly McCann's pretty good. I liked Molly McCann. I took Molly McCann on that. And that was a unanimous decision. Win over her, and she's got a 5-inch reach advantage, which the cappers I watched, I don't think any of them really mentioned that. I mean, maybe I watched so many, maybe somebody did and I missed it. But yeah, I got her winning this. I'm gonna say by decision. I mean, it could happen. It could go to the ground, and Santos's advantage is stand up, but she's Brazilian, so she does have a little, all Brazilians, they grow up learning BJJ throughout their, since they're double-digit age or less, before double-digit age. So yeah, she's got definitely BJJ. She's Brazilian. But I guess Robertson's got better wrestling, better ground game from everybody, says all the cappers. Anyway, I'm taking Taila Santos by decision to get it done. Moving on. Oh, this is a banger. This is going to be a great fight. I flip-flopped so many times on this fight. I've already bet both sides in parlays because I flip-flop. Like, you'll see. Let me get into it. We've got Marlon Magic Marlon Moraes taking on Rob Font. Marlon Moraes is 23-7-1. It's the favorite here at -150. Rob Font 17-4, underdog at +130. Okay, the over/under set at 2.5 rounds. Over is -130, under is +100, even number for you. Okay, Marlon Moraes, he's 32 years old. Okay, kind of getting up there for bantamweight. Rob Font, older, 33. But still early 30s. So that age doesn't come into play here. The records come into play though. 23-7-1, 17-4. So Moraes definitely has more fights under his belt, and they're against great fighters. That's the thing. I know his last fight was a loss to Corey Sandhagen. He had a wheel kick knockout. I think it was second round. And Rob Font's coming off a win over Ricky Simon where he dominated. It was a unanimous decision. He looked very good. Okay, let's see. Marlon Moraes, he's a Brazilian fighting out of the Armory in Jupiter, Florida. The Armory also houses Edson Barboza, is one of the fighters out of the Armory. Rob Font is fighting out of Boston. Joe Lauzon's gym, Lauzon MMA, mixed martial arts. So that's their camps. Rob Font, 4.5-inch reach advantage. Also noted on Tapology. Okay, let's see. This is a good one. We've got taken Marlon Moraes. We've got the MMA prediction guru. I might have missed it, but he didn't really say method of victory. He might have. He might have said it. I didn't note it. Okay. Justin Jr. also taking Marlon Moraes. Just Bleed MMA is taking Rob Font though. Rob Font's coming up. That was a dominant win over Ricky Simon. Leighton, UFC Gambling Addicts, he's saying Rob Font TKO third round. Now I'm going to tell you the honest truth. This is after I listening to Leighton and his mentioned third round, his breakdown and prediction of this fight. That's when I placed my bet on Rob Font. I'm like, man, I like that. He's very convincing, Lay. Lay is a very convincing. You're the man. Anyway, Rob. That's when I first picked Rob Font. Okay. Then we got Chris Cross, the Community MMA. Community. I can't keep writing that. I have to write CC or something. That Chris Cross. Because he's saying TKO round 2. Okay. I mean, I don't see any problem with his Chris Cross's breakdowns or anything, but I know somebody in the comments said you're going to lose subscribers because you don't do your homework, and I was like, I don't get it, because he didn't really say anything that was off. So I'm still using you on my show, bud. I like it, Chris Cross. I miss your rap songs, your outro rap songs that you used to play. Now you just play the beat. But he used to have a song that's like, the fight is over and we going to the club. We're drinking champagne because we ain't no scrub. I kind of missed that. But anyway, Community MMA, he's taking Marlon Moraes. Then we've got Newsom, MMA Play 365. He's on board with Rob Font. So here we are with a tie. And both the Money Right Fight Club guys are on board with Marlon Moraes. Smack and Gabe, okay? Well, but their show came late, so this is what happened. Right now, I had this on my board, and I was all about Rob Font. That's when I put him in a parlay, like a 3-fight parlay. That's it. I didn't make an individual bet or anything. But then, MMA Sensei. He's a handicapper. I haven't used him in a bit. I know back like through a month ago or 3 weeks ago, he had a perfect card. He went 11-0 or 12-0 or something. It was one of those cards where a lot of favorites won though, so it wasn't really. But there was an underdog victory on it too, and he did pick that. And he got like even method of victory. I think on Tapology he got like third in the entire everybody that predicts. This guy, MMA Sensei. And he reminds me of like Michael from Dunder Mifflin Paper. That's what he kind of looks like that. What? Definitely check out his link too, MMA Sensei. I like it. He's good, and his breakdowns are good. He obviously knows what he's talking about. If he did so well that a month ago, but he only did the main events, or main card, and he didn't do this fight, so that's why I didn't put him down there. But MMA Sensei, he's when I started to teeter. Like, you know what? He's right. Marlon Moraes, he has fought better opponents compared to Rob Font. I mean, who's Rob Font really fought? That's what MMA Sensei was like. Think about it. Look at Rob Font's. Who's he beat? Andre Ewell, Frankie Saenz. It's like, Ricky Simone. It's just who's his victories over? Then you got to think Marlon Moraes. He's got. I didn't write him down, but his losses are all from top tier fighters. And didn't he beat Jose Aldo? I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, that's when I was like starting to teeter toward Moraes, regretting my Rob Font bet. Then it was when Money Right Fight Club, when I watched actually it wasn't their prediction show that got me. It was this morning, Smack God and Gabe. This morning, I watched the DraftKings thing, like I said, and they had their little discussion, and then also they had that guy Big Marcel, and he was thinking Marlon Moraes is gonna knock out Rob Font probably the first period, and I don't know. That's watching these guys discuss it. That's what definitely got me siding with Moraes. Like I said, I flip-flopped. I even put money on Rob Font already, so I guess that's a hedge bet now. But now I'm going to switch my bet, and I'm going Moraes. Even though, you know what Rob Font does? I like that he's got a 4.5-inch reach advantage, but these guys convinced me. Moraes is definitely a different tier, a whole nother level. He's an upper tier compared to Rob Font. Rob Font's good, no question about it, but Marlon Moraes is on a higher level in competition. So, method of victory, I'm gonna have to. Man, none of these guys really said it, except for Community said TKO. That Big Marcel from Money Right Fight Club, that he said knockout also. But I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna say within distance. How's that? Or should I do decision? No, I'm gonna say within distance. That's my bet. Marlon Moraes within distance. They're talking about maybe, those guys were saying it's probably gonna go under, but who knows? Moving on. Finally, before the last fight, before the co-main and main event, we've got this banger of a fight. Another fantastic. What a happy holidays again. Thank you, UFC, for making such a good card. This is better than the UFC card. Better than a pay-per-view, I think. I mean, we got Michel Pereira, Mr. Flying Illegal Knees and stuff. Jump off the cage. Jump off the cage, Superman punches, back flips, all that stuff. Michel Pereira. Big flashy fighter. And he's going against Khaos, the ox fighter, Williams, who is so stoic and stern and just mean looking, intimidating. He's got an intimidating face. He's knocking people out first round. This is going to be, both these guys have knockout power. Both these guys are going to put on a show. It may be a short show because the over-under set at 1.5, so it might be, but it's going to be entertaining. Each second of it. Since from the minute they go, let's fight, to, till the end, it's going to be, I foresee this being a very exciting fight. That could be, man, a lot of these fights are going to be good. All right, let's see. We've got Michel Pereira, the Domador. He's fighting, his record is 24-11 and 2 no contests. He had that one illegal knee to what's his name? Having a brain fart. But but he was winning that fight anyway. Diego Sanchez. Yeah, he did the fight against Diego Sanchez. He had the illegal knee, and Diego Sanchez, he's smart enough to be like, yeah, I can't go on because he gave me that illegal, even though he totally could have. But he was getting owned. He was dominating him. But anyway, his last fight was a submission win against Zelim Imadaev. And he started to tone down his flashiness. He didn't do any like flying knees or Superman punches or off the cage kicks or any of that. He submitted him, I think it was rear naked choke. And he toned it down. So we'll see what kind of Pereira we're going to get. The serious fighter Pereira, or we're going to get the flashy, flipping around, exhausting all of your energy. I think that's why, because he realizes all that flashy stuff is sapping his energy that he needs in the later rounds. But this fight may not go to later rounds because he's fighting Khaos Williams, the ox fighter. Khaos Williams, he knocked out Alex Morono, made it look easy, who's also on this card, the Great White, And then most recently, he knocked out Abdul Razak Al Hassan. 30 seconds, I think it was. Destroying people. He's 11-1. Right now, he's a slight underdog. This is pretty much a pick-em. He's a slight underdog, though, according to BetOnline. -105. Pereira's -115. This, like I said, give me a coin. Put Pereira as heads, Williams as tails. We'll see. I don't know. This is a tough one. Okay. Williams does have a 4-inch reach advantage. Okay? Here we go. The Money Right Fight Club boys, the guys from Money Right Fight Club, they're passing on this, but their bet according to DraftKings, it was their picks. The pick prediction video. I'm going to have to put both videos in my description. You're welcome, guys. No problem. Respect. But anyway, the DraftKings video, they were leaning Williams, but they didn't make an official pick on that. They said play both. He goes, make a couple different DraftKings lineup, some with Khaos Williams, some with Pereira, because they're both going to, so it's, But anyway, their prediction video, they both said pass. They're not going to pass. But they also both said the under, they expect it to happen the action to be done in the first round. And yeah, that might be the play here. I think they were saying plus 105. I think that might be right. I think I might have wrote this down wrong. I don't know. I don't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I have it at minus 105. But Gabe, the banker, let's say plus 105, whatever. So you make, $105 on your $100 bet. Okay. Anyway, taking the Demolador, Michel Pereira. We've got Just Bleed MMA. He's also taken the under on this, and his pick is low confident. He said this is his lowest confident pick on the card for Michel Pereira to win. But his play here is the under. And he's leaning Pereira, so I can. Those guys, they were kind of leaning Williams, but they didn't come out and say it, so I'm not going to put words in their mouth and make their prediction for them. Okay, then we've got Prediction Guru. He's on Khaos Williams. He's saying it's going to be a KO round one. So he thinks it's going to be under 2 also. Okay, UFC Gambling Addicts Layton, UGA. He's saying TKO for Pereira in round 1. Now that is a shocker. That's got to be good payout if you get that. I don't agree with it, but it could happen. I don't know. Justin Jr., he's siding with Khaos Williams in this one. He didn't really. He might have. I didn't write down if he said which round or anything. Newsom from MMA Play 365. He's on board with Michel Pereira. Three, 6, 5. Hello, I'm Newsom. 3 rounds. This is a 3-round fight. Community MMA Crisscross. Calm. I just put calm. No, community. He didn't say how, so I just write community. I think he might have said how. Then for the tiebreaker, we got the MMA Sensei again. I like the MMA Sensei. Definitely check his stuff. Check all these guys out. The links will be in the description. For the tiebreaker, MMA Sensei is saying Kalen, Khaos, Oxfighter, Williams, via TKO or brutal KO, he said. MMA Sensei, brutal KO round 1 again. So looks like that's the trending thing. Under round 1, round KO round 1, KO round 1. The majority of the cappers are picking the under 1.5. They think everything's going to happen round 1. So might be a safe play right there. But as for the picking the side, who to win, I like flashy Michel Pereira, but I like stoic, stern, intimidating. I would rather. I mean, Michel Pereira though, he's on juice. Because these guys' age, he's 27, but he looks like he's 40. He's got that receding hairline, and I think that's because his the Brazilian sauce. 27. How old is 26? So age shouldn't be a factor, but Khaos Williams probably on the sauce too. Look at him, Oxfighter. What kind of, Anyway. Yeah, I'm picking Khaos Williams. And I guess I'm going to have to go with everybody else and say knockout. I'm not betting this, but I am betting it. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to parlay all 3 of these. And I probably will, I'm going to bet it. Knockout, screw it, first round. Everybody else, you know, knock out in the first. There we go. So to recap, time check. We've got Taila Santos beating Gillian Robertson by decision. Then we have Magic Marlon. Oh, look at you. What do you just wake up?
No, you saw me eat breakfast earlier.
Oh, that's right, I did. Give me a hug. Then we got Marlon Moraes, Magic Marlon Moraes, beating Rob Font within distance. You're supposed to put on your holiday sweater today. You gonna go up and do that? That's why I think you woke up still in your pajamas. I got him winning within distance. Oh, and then finally, I got Khaos, Kalen, Oxfighter, Williams, knocking out Michel, flying knee, the Domalador, Pereira, first round. So there you have it. Gather the info.
Place the bets and cash the tickets.
Place the bets and cash the tickets. Go change. Go get your sweater on. You want to brush your hair? Thanks for watching. Be sure to give me that thumbs up.
Subscribe, comment down below, and ring the bell.
Yep, subscribe, comment down below, and ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Good luck on these bets, and I will see you maybe later tonight or early tomorrow with the next episode, which is going to be the co-main and main events, which are both bangers. Okay? So good luck on those bets. See you next episode. Thank you.
Bye-bye.